Welcome back to Knights Pregame on the Westmoreland Sports Network. I'm Dan Flickinger, and I'm being joined by the head coach of the Norwin Knights, Dave Brozeski. And, Coach, we take a look back at last week's loss to the Hempfield Spartans to open up the 2020 season. Obviously didn't go your way. Just your takeaways from the game last week against Hempfield. Yeah,
like you said, obviously it wasn't the outcome that we wanted. Obviously didn't play well enough to earn the W. And, we made some critical mistakes in critical situations that ended up leading to the outcome.
When you guys were building momentum late in the game, you get a penalty that negates Krevikuch's touchdown, and then you turn the ball over on the next play leading to Hempfield's go-ahead touchdown. Can you kind of talk about that sequence?
Yeah, that was obviously one of those situations where we said, we didn't execute well enough to get the W. We at that point in time, it was fourth quarter, 14-14. We were driving. I believe we were on the 9-yard line, somewhere within the 15-yard line, and had the touchdown. And then one of our receivers covered a tight end, so it was an eligible, receiver downfield. Marked the penalty off, and then the next play, we had a little bit of lower snap and bobbled the exchange there, and obviously fumbled the ball away. And then that led to them going on a 13-play, 76-yard drive that ended up putting them up 21-14 as opposed to us up 21-14. And we didn't respond very well to the situations, and that was those were some of those critical plays of the game. We talk about it all the time. Every game and every level comes down to about 4 or 5 plays that determine the outcome of the game, and there's definitely one of in that situation there are some of those critical plays there.
Looking at a couple of individual performances, Coach, what were your thoughts on how your quarterbacks played last week? And would you say Nick Fleming is kind of pulling away with the starting job right now?
Well, Nick got the starting job, and he I feel that he's a person that earned that starting position for that. But in no way, shape, or form does that mean that Luke Lewandowski is not going to be involved. Luke, he has a different skill set. Definitely still learning, as well as Nick is still learning how to be the starting quarterback or the man in a position of being that starting quarterback as it goes throughout the course of the year. But I like having that ability to have 2 quarterbacks ready to go, and we feel very comfortable with both.
Coach, another guy, Dom Barca, had his best game as a Knight last week. How have you seen him progress from last year to this year?
Yeah, Dom had a real nice game. Especially running the ball and did a lot of little things on the defensive side. Did a real nice job in helping flow to the ball and making was one of our leading tacklers of the game as well. And he's been a guy that has done very well. He really was committed in the weight room before. Obviously, we had the fact where it was shut down and everything, but you could tell he's put his experience on track as well as his ability to get physically better. And it's helping him put himself in position to make plays.
Looking ahead to tonight, obviously one of the largest teams in the WPIAL in Pittsburgh Central Catholic. When you look at them on tape, Coach, what do you expect from the Vikings here tonight? Obviously, they've had a lot of accolades here early this season.
Yeah, they're a quality program. They're a quality team. Coach Totten does a great job with the. With his program there, and what you're going to get. You're going to get a team that's going to want to run the ball. They're going to want to play aggressive and sound defense, and then they're going to look to make the plays in the kicking game whenever they have an opportunity with those. And that being said, we know what's to be expected. Our focus is about us. We want to make sure that we focus on what we can do and what we're, what are our jobs and how can we execute as we go through there, and playing scrappy together as a team and stringing together a lot of the little things that it takes to be successful in a play, which will lead to a successful series, which will lead to successful quarters, which will lead to a successful game. But our focus is on us. We know we have a strong opponent that we're going to be facing tonight, but we're ready to go and accept that challenge.
You mentioned their run game. Eddie Tillman obviously has had big games against pretty much everybody in the WPIAL. How do you kind of slow their running game down tonight, Coach?
Well, number one, you want to keep the ball out of their offense's hands as long as possible, and that means that for the for the offense, for their offense to have success, if they're on the field, that's not something that bodes well for them. So we're going to hopefully try to be able to get a running game where we can control the ball and control the clock as much as we can with that. But that being said, they're going to obviously have the ball, and Tillman is great back. He doesn't need much of a gap to get through there. He can show that he has this strength to be able to run inside of tackles, and he's got the quickness and speed to bounce it outside. So how you combat that is team defense. Everybody has a job. Everybody has a role. Everybody's got to do their job together. So it's not one-on-one battles. It's 11 on 1 or 11 on 11 battle as you're going through there.
Well, this pregame interview is usually the Dave and Dave show. It's the Dan and Dave show here today. And Dave always asks you the final question about your captains. And when Dave last spoke to you at the kickoff show, you did not have your season captain set yet. So can you talk about your 3 season captains and then who was voted on captain this week for your number 4?
Yeah, definitely. It's something that we do ever since I've been here. We have permanent season captains, and then we have game captains. And when we go to the playoffs, we increase that that game captain to now a permanent captain with those. But our 3 season captains are Tanner Krevikuch, Anthony Giansanti, and Tyler Belinsky. And our game captain for the Hemphill week was Connor Chrisman. For this week against Pittsburgh Central Catholic, a person that we mentioned from before, voted on by his team, and the game captain for this week is Don Barca.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate it. Good luck tonight against Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
Thank you.
That is Coach Dave Brozeski of the Norwin Knights. Dave Franzak and Tim McCabe will rejoin you just around the corner as we count down to kickoff here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.